Here in Sherman Oaks, California, heading to the Card Stock Trading Show at the Hyatt Regency. So this time around, I'm not setting up as a vendor. I'm just going there to maybe make some deals, maybe make some trades. Just kind of get a sense of what's going on, how everyone's feeling. It feels like the market's rebounding somewhat, right? Feels like in some sectors, not across the board. And I don't think we're ever really going to get back to that 2020, August of last year, where just like everything goes up 500% every other day, and because that's completely unsustainable. But definitely seeing specific things going up for specific reasons, like performance and that kind of thing. Giannis obviously just saw a big spike. Damian Lillard saw a spike with the trade talks that I think is gonna kind of keep on rolling. I think NBA with the draft coming up and with free agency and players moving to new teams, I think there's going to be a ton of spikes. I talk about this a lot in some of my other videos, especially in my cards to pick up videos that I drop on Thursday. Definitely check that one out, because last 2 weeks that I did that, the first week I talked about Julius Randle, and he saw some big spikes shortly thereafter. And then Damian Lillard, I dropped that one just like a day before RotoWorld. I think ESPN and Woj and a bunch of people said that he was going to request a trade, and he saw a big spike. His card went from like 800 to 1200, and there's been some lower sales because the market kind of got flooded a little bit, but it's still up from what it was. And then this last Thursday, I suggested DeMar DeRozan as my like super sleeper, under the radar, low hanging fruit buy. And the very, very next day on RotoWorld, and I said, watch him go to the Lakers. He's from Los Angeles. He grew up in Compton. He grew up a big Kobe fan. Guys, pay attention. He's been with the Spurs. He's only 32 years old. And then on RotoWorld, I think just yesterday, it said DeMar DeRozan wants to go to the Lakers. And I was like, so you're gonna see spikes in his prices. So I guess what I'm saying is you guys really should be checking out my videos on Thursdays, because I'm just like a Nostradamus over here making picks. Now, all jokes aside, I'm gonna be looking for DeMar DeRozan at today's show, because I really want to get a Topps Chrome. I only have the regular Topps base. The population on those are so incredibly low. I don't expect to find any, but maybe I'll get lucky. But I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. We'd love to just make some trades. With the National just like a week away or whatever it is. I'm not 100% sure, because I'm not heading out there. I live in Los Angeles. I think a lot of the big vendors aren't going to be there today. They said that the tables are all sold out, so there should be like 75 vendors. I think a lot of them are just going to be first timers. Which is great, because you get to see kind of different cards, and you don't get to see people that are like a little jaded, from the hobby, and I think they're more willing to cut deals, maybe potentially, or make trades. They're more fluid with their decisions, I think. I know that I kind of was when I first set up at card shows myself. So I'm excited about that. Excited to see what the turnout would be. I hope to be able to shoot some video once I'm inside the venue to show you guys. We're all gonna have to be masked up, because that's the mandate here in Los Angeles. A bummer, but it is what it is. Hopefully get to see some friends as well. By the way, guys, so I was trying to figure out how to put the camera right now, because I realized that last time I did this, and I should know better, I come from a film background, that I shot it, what's it called, vertical? Shot it incorrectly. I want the widescreen view, right? But I got this giant steering wheel like right here. Is this distracting, guys? Like, I don't know. Is it? Maybe it is. I'm looking at it through my phone, and I'm trying to think of like what it would look like on a 50-inch television. But I also didn't want to have and I noticed that my phone has slowly but surely kind of like dipped down, but I wanted to have a little bit of headroom here, but not like a crazy amount, because that's just good filmmaking, So anyways, the show is only about 5 to 6 minutes from my apartment, so I'm about to pull up. So I will check in with you guys during or after the show. What's up, guys? So I'm basically chilling in my garage in the shadows because it's like 100 degrees outside, and I'd have to be blasting the AC just to, like, you know, shoot something, and didn't want all that background noise. So I just got back from the show, and it was actually pretty cool. There was actually a lot more people there than I kind of thought there was going to be. Not in terms of vendors. The vendors is, you know, as many as can fit inside the place, but steadily, I was there for like 3 hours, and it was kind of nonstop people, like lots of deals getting made, lots of trades and cash and buying and selling. It was actually really good. It was especially with the Nationals right around the corner. I made some deals. I made mostly trades, although I did, you know, throw cash on top of a few things. So I'm going to try to show those cards to you guys, like in kind of a more lit environment once I get inside my place, because I bought some good stuff. I bought some higher end-ish cards, and like not anything super crazy expensive, but got an Acuna rookie, got a Fati, got a Karl Anthony Towns PSA 10 Prism, which I'm stoked on because I think that he's kind of falling into that way undervalued kind of place, especially if he gets traded one of these days, which I think he will. I do not think he's going to be a Minnesota Timberwolves for the rest of his career. So I was stoked on that, but I'll talk about that later on. I talked to some of the vendors, and for the most part, you know, people were very optimistic about kind of where the hobby is headed and where the market is headed. So there was a lot of really positive energy at the show. There wasn't the doom and gloom that there was like 3 or 4 months ago, where everyone's like, dude, I'm just losing my ass, like I'm not having fun. Like people seemed like they were legitimately having fun again. As you could tell, like I kind of lost my voice because I was just talking to so many people. We were just shooting the shit about cards and we weren't even really talking about the market. We were just talking about the cards that we were excited about and the players that we're excited about, and like where they're going to be in 6 months, you know, like in terms of like, are these guys going to get traded? I really wanted to find a Damian Lillard, maybe like either a raw rookie. Like I saw a select, but it had a really dinged corner, so I didn't pull the trigger on it. But anyway, guys, I will show you guys what I got here in a little bit. All right, guys, just wanted to show you some of my pickups here today. First off, picked up 2 Matthew Stafford Topps Chrome rookies. Guys, every show that I go to, I've been looking for these. I think I'm going to feature Matthew Stafford on my next picks video on Thursday. This is a card that has been moving. Matthew Stafford is actually, I think last I checked on ESPN, he was like number 5 in like the MVP rankings for the season. His prices have been going up, but like quietly. And his population counts on everything is so low. I think he's in a really good situation in Los Angeles, and if he was ever to become the superstar that some people thought he had the potential to become, this is going to be the year. Picked up both of these for $140 total, which is really good because I've seen some online selling over $100 just raw by itself. And the cards are in pretty clean condition. Hard to tell, you know, any scratches you're seeing are on the case. I don't know if they're PSA 10 condition, but I mean, they got sharp corners. So they were looking pretty good. Really happy with that. Picked up a Fati. So this was actually a trade that I made. I traded a Jalen Hurts select jersey autograph number to 199 plus like a Brandon Ayuki disco prism, something like that for the Fati, you know. So I was pretty stoked on that. I know I don't follow soccer as closely as I do basketball. I don't probably football and baseball, but I know that he's a really, really hyped young player. And this is a top sapphire, definitely the card to have. So I'm really interested to see like what this card could do in the future. Feel like, you know, I traded one, young up and coming player for another one. So, but I didn't have any Fati, and I have a bunch of Jalen Hurts, so I was stoked on that. Just a Henry Ruggs jersey auto from Obsidian, numbered to 99. Just paid $15 for this. Just thought, you know, like on eBay the comps were around 15 to 20, but I think, you know, if he has some good games on a Monday night or something like that, that this card, you know, has a little bit of room for growth. So kind of you know, low end but potential for growth, low risk, potential high reward. So now that Acuna's down, I think I mentioned it in one of my videos. I was, you know, looking to get into some Ronald Acuna's. The ones I got back from PSA, or I'm getting back from PSA, so far have been 9s. So I definitely wanted to get a 10 on something. So this one was a trade and threw some cash on top of it. I traded a Kobe Bryant Skybox rookie. That was, you know, valued around 40 or $50 plus $70 cash for this one. This one's, you know, been selling in the 125, 130 range. You know, it's obviously come down since his injury. It was over 250, and I think it'll find its way back there. With this one, really, I kind of want to use this as trade bait to get into a bigger Ronald Acuna. That's kind of something that I'm looking to do. So, you know, if someone has like the regular Topps Chrome Acuna, I could give them this plus, you know, a little something else and kind of move on up. So that's the goal with that one. So the Alonso, so I actually bought this plus a Wander Franco Bowman Chrome PSA 10. And those are really down. I did not know they were down as much as they are. I guess he you know, hasn't come out of the gate that hot, but I think I paid like about 210 for both of them, and I ended up trading the Wander shortly thereafter, so I'll show you what I traded it for here in a minute. So really this one I got in like around $40, I guess, if you kind of break it down. For a PSA 10 Topps Chrome Pete Alonso, I thought that was a really good deal. He's kind of he's hot right now, winning the home run derby. So I got to check the standings, see what the Mets are. I know this is a high pop count card, so I don't think it's gonna, like, you know, be $500 one day unless he becomes a megastar. But for $40, I mean, I felt really good about that. So this is actually one of the cards that the Wander, that I traded the Wander Franco for. I traded the Wander, and I believe about $60 for this Karl Anthony Towns Prism PSA 10. Really low population, only about 1,500 out there. And this is just somebody who's like, you know, he's a superstar level player. He really is, and, you know, former Rookie of the Year, all-star caliber player. He's just stuck in Minnesota. And I think that he's not going to be there for the remainder of his career. I think sooner rather than later, he will get traded. Or if he does stay, it's because the Timberwolves have become relevant again. And because Anthony Edwards and him really start to click. It didn't happen this season. I think if it doesn't happen this next season, that he's going to request a trade. And he's already been linked to teams like the Knicks. And if that happens, guys, this card is already undervalued. You know, it's going around $2 to $250. That's crazy undervalued for this card. This card was $500 just a few months ago, and I think it could get there again sooner rather than later. So it's a little bit of a long-term hold on that one. So, yeah. You guys have heard me talk about Dennis Schroeder in other videos in weird and mysterious ways, but It was 15 bucks. Whatever you're seeing there is on the sleeve, not on the case. I looked at it. It's 15 bucks. PSA 10. Population's only like 50 on this. I don't think he's going to be a Laker this season, but you know, maybe he goes to the Mavs, maybe he goes to the Heat, maybe he goes to you know, whatever team he goes to. I think there's going to be a section of the fan base that are going to be interested in picking up his cards because he is a talented player. It just didn't work. It just didn't work with the Lakers, and he's still relatively young. So I think for $20, like, look, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But you know, can it be worth 50, 60 bucks in a few weeks, months, whatever? Yeah, I think it can. I think I'll make a little bit of money on it. I don't know. It was a bit of an impulse buy, but when I looked at the population and it was like 56 or something, I'm like, okay, this was selling raw because I was selling them raw for 30 bucks when he joined the Lakers. If I had a PSA 10 at the time, it was probably 150 to 200. So who's to say that he can't kind of replicate that value at some point? So yeah, so that's it. Some good stuff. Really stoked with the Towns. The Acuna is a work in progress. This one will hopefully have a moment. Just happy to have the Fatty, and it looks like it's in pretty good condition. I got to look at it under the microscope here to see if it's PSA worthy, but it looks like it's in pretty solid shape. The guy said he pulled it from a box, so it hasn't been owned by 15 people, so that's pretty cool. And these are already a profit because they're selling about 100 each, and I got them for like 70 each. So we're already in the red or in the black on that one, but I think these can hit 150 by the start of the season. And if he performs the way people think he's going to perform, and the Lions perform, the Rams perform the way people think that they can perform, this can be a $300-400 card by the end of the year, hopefully. Either way, got in at a great price. Pretty stoked with that. That's it, guys. See you next time. Check out these other videos.